Okay, so question 4. This first question is about the orbital speed of a planet. So you should recall that v equals 2 pi r over t. Now that doesn't get you any marks so far because that equation is given on the inside cover of the exam paper, so there's no marks available for that, but you do, so you start getting the marks when you start using it. Now it says give the unit, so they've given you a reminder there, and there's many ways that you could work this question out. The most kind of straightforward way is to use the units of kilometers. So I need to do 58 million, so that's 6 zeros. Now that's given in days, and actually if you work it out in kilometers per day they don't penalise you, but kilometers per hour is a more normal unit to use, and that's the one that I'm going to work out. So to turn the days into hours, I've got to multiply by 24. So if you tap all of that into your calculator, you should get that the orbital speed, the velocity, is 172,549. But of course, if we look at how many significant figures they gave us with the initial data in the question, there's 2 there and 2 there. So we must quote our answer to 2 significant figures as well. You wouldn't lose marks for not doing this, but it's just good science, so let's get in the practice. And that's in kilometers per hour. The force that causes comets and planets to orbit the Sun is of course the gravitational force, so that's an easy one mark. We've got to add to the diagram opposite to show the orbit of a typical comet. So if you scroll back up to the diagram, okay, you should know that comets have got highly elliptical orbits. So we need to draw ourselves an ellipse, and they come in close to the Sun, and then they go much further out than the orbit of Mercury. So ideally your comet's orbit should go between the Mercury and the Sun, but then go much further out than Mercury, and the Sun is at one focus of the ellipse. So the next part of the question asks us to label with the letter X the position where the comet travels at its fastest speed. So if we draw that point in now, it's the point closest to the Sun. Then it asks us to explain our answer. So for the first mark out of 2, the gravitational force is strongest when the comet is at point X, which is the point closest to the Sun. And you should know that for 2 bodies, that as they get closer together, then the gravitational force between their 2 masses increases. So